Maran Mohan Jo ki jai, Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad, Ashtatara Shata Shishimar, Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad, Ashtatara Shata Shishimar, Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad, Ashtatara Shata Shishimar, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad, Ashtatara Shata Shishimar, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad, Ashtatara Shata Shishimar, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Mahabhagavat Shilagorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Anugauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jeev Gopāla Bhatta Das Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parashad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विरक्त गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री गोपाल भट्ट गोस्वामी की जय। तदीय शुभ आविर्भाव तिथि की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna Raj Bhuvan Yadav Ji and Kargaraj Ji, Dandavat Pranam. Alright, so today is a very special day. It is the appearance day of Shri Gopāla Bhaṭṭa Gosvāmī. And so I'm going to read different things that I find online. Not so prepared, but well, yeah, this I'll check out. What's on Pure Bhakti? The glories of Gopāla Bhaṭṭa Gosvāmī. Let me see, what else is it today? Is it also Ramachandra Kaviraj? Calendar. One second, let me just remove this. Oh, it's also Ramachandra Kaviraj. Okay, so we can read about both of them. Let's read here. Okay. Let me put it in reading view. Actually, you know, there is... Oops. You know, there is an article that Srivas just translated, which hasn't been posted yet. I think I could read it. Let me just see who else is here now. Haribo, Madhavi Didi, and Pavatarani Mataji. Yeah, so we'll just find different things to read and just read from it. Okay, let's start with what Srivas translated, but hasn't published yet. I was doing a proofread of it. 1 second, let me remove track changes. Yeah, so this is from an article by Paramgurudeva. Cancel. Okay. I'm going to make everything big. Oops. Okay, there. So this is from an unpublished article by Paramgurudeva. You guys are the first people to be seeing this. Srivas will be publishing this later today. Srila Gopāla Bhaṭṭa Gosvāmī by Acārya Keshari Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. Shri Gopal Bhatta is one of the 6 Goswamis who were associates of Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The author of Shri Bhakti Ratnakar has written the following in regard to him. Shri Margora Padaravinda Madhupa Shri Bhatta Gopala He Mayavaratama Prabhakara Kripa Sindhu Dijendra Prabhu Srimar Vyanketa Bhatta Nandana Mahasar Bhakti Bhushadya He Sangsara Bhaya Mardana Pranata Hrin Moda Pratatrahimam. Oh, that was a Sanskrit verse. Anyways. O Shri Gopal Bhatta Prabhu, O you who are a honeybee at the lotus feet of Srimad Gaur, you are the sun destroying the darkness of Mayavad. You are an ocean of mercy and best of Brahmans. You are the son of Srimad Vyankata Bhatta and adorned with exalted Prem Bhakti. You destroy the disease of material existence and grant bliss to the hearts of the surrendered. Kindly deliver me. On the pretext of pilgrimage, Bhagavan Sri Krishna Chaitanya Chandra went to South India and spent Chaturmasya in the home of Sri Venkata Bhatta. At that time, Sri Gopal was only a boy. Venkata Bhatta, a Sri Sampradayi Vaishnav, invited Sriman Mahaprabhu to his home. When Sri Chaitanya Dev made his auspicious Shubha Vijay, his auspicious arrival at Venkata's home, Venkata Bhatta washed Sriman Mahaprabhu's Sri Padapadma, his lotus feet, and drank that Sri Charnamrita with his whole family. The moment Gopal drinks that Sri Charanvari, that foot water, he became intoxicated with prem. He could not be calmed despite many efforts. That incident has been described as follows in the first Taranga of Sri Bhakti Ratnakar. And the translations might be a little bit awkward because Srivas did it in a special way, like where he just translates each line by line instead of the whole verse together. Anyways, you'll see. Elsewhere manifest, Gopal, the son of Venkata, experienced the awakening of prem from drinking the Lord's foot water. Oops, I forgot to read the Bengali. Anyatra vyakta Gopala Venkata tanai Prabhu paradaka pane hoilo premodoy. So yeah, elsewhere manifest Gopal the son of. He experienced the awakening of prem from drinking the Lord's foot water. Karaye jatana koto sthir hoite nare vipula pulaka ange jhalamala kore. Despite many efforts, he could not be pacified. Through horripilation shown all over his bodily limbs, all over his limbs. Oh, it says thorough. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Thorough horripilation shown all over his limbs. Kiva Gopalera Shobha Sarvanga Sundar Jiniyak Champaka Charu Varna Manohar. What splendor Gopal had! Beautiful in every respect, his complexion was enchanting, like that of a champak flower. Kiva Mukha Parma Dirga Nayana Yugal Kiva Bhuru Bhalanasa Tilakval. What a beautiful lotus face with 2 elongated eyes. What a brow, forehead, and nose shining with tilak. Nija grihe Shri Gopala prananate paya Pitara agyaya seve maharishta hoya. Finding the Lord of his life in his home, Shri Gopal served him on his father's order with great pleasure. Shri Gopal derived great pleasure from serving Prabhu, but he felt great pain in his heart upon seeing Sriman Mahaprabhu's sannyas form. So in his mind, he would address the Creator. Vidhatara prati kahe gada gada bhashe Ore vidhi kene janmaili dur deshe. Addressing the Creator, he would say, in a choked voice, O Vidhi, why did you give me birth in such a distant land? Na diya vihara sukhe koriya vanchita dekhaile prabhure vesha viparita. You cheated me of the playful pastimes in Nadia and have opposite attire of the Lord. Vrajendra Nandana Prana Nata Radhikar Koraili Tahare Sanyasa Angikar. The son of the king of Vraj, the lord of Radhika's life, you made him take sannyas. Eto kahi bhase dui netrera dharai. Tyajaye nishvasa dhirga agni shikha parai. Saying this, he would become drenched in two streams from his eyes, and heave sighs that were almost like flames. Puna kohe vidhire koribo ki barosh, janinu kevala e apana karma dosh. Again, he would say to the Creator, why should I be angry? I know this only the fault of I know this is I know this only the fault of my own karma. I know this is only the fault of my own karma. Oops, sorry. That's from Ratnakar, first Taranga. Deprived of beholding Rasik Shekhar Shri Krishna Chandra's pastimes in Navadip in the form of Shachinand, and on top of that, seeing him in sannyas garb, Gopal's heart was not happy. Knowing this, the omniscient Sri Gaur Sundar showed him some special mercy. In sleep, he drew Gopal to Navadip Dham in his dreams, and showed him that place. As he beheld the Lord's wondrous pastimes in Navadip and obtains the merciful embraces of the two Prabhus, Sriman Nityananda and Srimad Advaita, his sleep broke. Distressed at waking so suddenly, he approached the feet of Sri Chaitanya Chandra to have his direct darshan. Noting Gopal's eagerness, he manifested his form as a cowherd boy, as Sham Sundar, which was hidden within him. That means Chaitanya Chandra, he manifested his form as a cowherd boy, obviously, yeah. Bhovana mohaye sena rupera chatai Chanchara keshera juta pirte te lotai. The splendor of that form charms the world, curly locks of hair falling down his shoulders. Chandana tilaka bhale bhuru kama phani sati mana hare dhirga nayana chahani. Tilak of sandalwood on his forehead, eyebrows like snakes of lust. He steals the minds of chaste women with glances from his elongated eyes. Koto shata sharat chander madanashe ki nava bhangite hasi amiya varishe. He destroys the pride of how many hundreds of autumn moons. With what fresh style he laughs, showering nectar. Paridheya cha vasana anupam bhushane bhushita anga bhangi manoram. He wears a matchless garment in threefold style. The posture of his limbs adorned with ornaments is enchanting. And when it says threefold style here, trikacha means tucked in 3 different places. When you put on a dhoti, you tuck it 3 times. Mala tira mala gale doni bar, dekhi Gopāle ramane hoilo chamatkar. A garland of jasmine swings incessantly upon his neck. Seeing all this, Gopal's mind was struck with wonder. It's from Bhakti Ratnakar, first Taranga. Having of such a form, Gopal fell to the ground at Mahaprabhu's holy feet, offering Dandavat Pranam. When he got up, he once again saw the Lord in his sannyasi garb. His complexion changed back to golden. At that time, the Lord conveyed the following to Gopal. You will very soon go to Vrindavan and gain the very rare company of Sri Rup and Sanatan, and together you will all establish the innermost desires of my heart. Seeing Sri Gopala's Gaura Seva, his service, his father was specially delighted and offered his son at Sri Chaitanya's feet. The whole family spent those 4 months in supreme bliss serving the Lord's feet. End of Chaturmasya, when bidding farewell to Sriman Mahaprabhu, Venkata Bhatta and his whole family experienced great sadness. Trimala Venkata Shri Prabodhananda Tine Vicharaye Prabhu Bina Rahivo Ke Mone. Trimala, Venkata, and Sri Prabodhananda, all three thought, how will we live without the Lord? Mosabara sange pari hasake koribe kaveri snanete sange kevaloya jabe. Who will laugh and joke with all of us? Whom will we take with us to go for bath in the Kaveri? Ranganate ke baba koribe sankirtan ke dibe adhame se durlabha bhakti dhan. Who will perform Sankirtan in Ranganath temple? Who will give that rare treasure of bhakti to the fallen? Asibe asankhya loka kahara darshane esaba bhavana shunya have prabhu bine. To see whom will countless persons flock? This whole home will seem empty This whole home will seem empty without the Lord. One second. That's Bhakti Ratnakar, first Taranga. Trimala, Venkata, and Sri Prabodhananda. These 3 brothers spent the remainder of their time together in separation from Sri Chaitanya Chandra. While living in Sri Rangakshetra, the Bhaṭṭa household, While living in Sri Rangakshetra in the Bhaṭṭa household, Srimad Gaurasundar had explained the tattva of Sri Krishna and Sri Narayan by way of joking. Prabhu ko he Bhaṭṭa tomar Lakshmi Thakurani Kanta Vaksha Stita Pati Vrata Shiromani. The Lord said, Bhatta, your mistress Lakshmi is situated upon the chest of her beloved and is the crest jewel of chaste ladies. Amara Thakura Krishna Gopa Gocharaka Sadvi Hoya Kene Chahe Tahara Sangama. My master Krishna is a cowherd boy. He grazes cows. Why does such a chaste lady wish for his company? Ei lagi sukha bhog chari chirakal vrata niyam kore tapa korilo apar. One second. Okay. To this end, she has given up all pleasures for all eternity. Taking strict vows, she has performed endless austerities. That's from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya, chapter 9, verses 111 to 113. Lakshmi Devi performs austerities in Shrivan for the lengthy period of time and Shrivan, that's referring into Rajmandal Belvan. So she performs austerities there for a lengthy period of time in hopes of attaining the service of Krishna's lotus feet. Shivas don't publish this yet because I found a bunch of things. Sri Sampradayi Vaishnavas are worshippers of Lakshmi Narayan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to convey the supremacy of Sri Krishna's tattva in a roundabout way, so he posed this question in this manner. Bhaṭṭa responded, Krishna and Narayan are one in Swarup. Therefore, Lakshmi Devi's Pativrata Dharma, or chastity, will not be ruined by serving Sri Krishna's feet, for Sri Krishna's lotus feet. Krishna has more engaging pastimes, and she will gain access to pastimes like the Ras dance. Understanding this, Lakshmi Devi longs for Krishna's association. One second. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second. Oh, whatever. Okay. Shri Gaur Sundar said, desiring Krishna's association does not give rise to flaw. That I know. But why does Lakshmi Thakurani not attain access to Ras? Why is Lakshmi Devi deprived when the Shrutis attained access to Ras as a result of their austerities? Bhaṭṭa said, I am a tiny jiva. I do not have the qualification to enter into Ishwar's pastimes, which are as profound as an ocean. You yourself are Krishna Chandra. You alone know the purposes of your pastimes. Only those to whom you show your mercy can have the fortune to become acquainted with such matters. Seeing Bhaṭṭa in a state of surrender, Sriman Mahaprabhu began instructing him regarding tattva. Prabhu kohe Krishna reka sajiva lakshan, swamadhurye sarvachitta kore akarshan. The Lord said, Krishna has one unique characteristic. He attracts the hearts of all by his sweetness. Vraja loker bhave paye tahara charan, tare ishwar kori nahi jane vraja jan. His feet are attained through the moods of the inhabitants of Vraj. The people of Vraj do not know him as God. Keho tare putra gyane udukhale bande, keho sakha gyane jini chare tar khandhe. Some think of him as their son and bind him to a grinding mortar. Some see him as their friend and climb on his shoulders. Vrajendra Nandana Boli Tare Jane Vrajendra Nandana Boli Tare Jane Vrajajan Aishwarya Gyane Nahi Kono Sambandha Manana. The people of Vraj know him as the son of the king of Vraj. They do not pay heed to any connection with him based on knowledge of his opulence. Vraja loker bhave je koroye bhajan, she vraje pai shuddha vrajendra nandan. Those who perform bhajan in the mood of the Vraj residents attain the real Vrajendra Nandan in Vraj. Shruti ganer anugata hoya Vrajeshwari sutta bhaje gopi bhava loya. The Shrutis became followers of the gopis and worshipped the son of Yashoda in the mood of the and worshipped the son of Yashoda in the mood of the gopis. Oops. Bahyantare gopi deha vraje jabe pailo she dehe Krishna sange rasa krida koilo. When, internally and externally, they attained the bodies of gopis and vraj, they performed the pastimes of ras in those bodies, in the company of Krishna. Gopajati Krishna Gopi Preyasi Tahar Devi va Anyastri Krishna Na Kore Angikar. Krishna belongs to the cowherder caste. The gopis are his beloveds. Krishna does not accept demigoddesses or women of other castes. Lakshmi chahe she dehe Krishnera sangama Gopi raga nuga hoya na koilo bhajana. Lakshmi wants Krishna's association in that same body of hers. She has not performed bhajan following in the footsteps of the gopis' love. Anya dehe na paiye rasa vilas ataeva nayang shloka kohe vedavyas. The pastimes of ras cannot be obtained in another body. This is why Vedavyas has spoken the Nayam verse. And here's the Nayam verse. Nayam sukapo bhagavan dehinam gopika sutta jnaninam tatma bhutanam yatha bhakti matam iha. The Supreme Lord, the son of Mother Yashoda, is easily available to those who engage in loving devotion, but not to those who see the body as a self, to those who rely on dry knowledge, or to those who seek self-realization through penance and austerity. That's from Chaitanya Madhya 127 to 131, 133 to 137, and 132. The Vrajavasis know Krishna as Nanda Nandan. One second. Okay, so the Vrajavasis know Krishna as Nanda Nandan. They do not accept that they have any other relationship with the supremely opulent Parameshwar. Those who adopt one of the Vrajavasis' 4 types of moods, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhur, worship the Supreme Being, thus attain Rajendra Nandan Krishna in a pure form in the abode of Vraj upon attaining the ultimate state of perfection. One second. When the Shrutis tried to enter Shri Krishna's Ras Mandal, but were not successful, and when they could not enter that realm when they had the mood of the gopis only in their hearts, then they accepted the bodies of gopis externally and the moods of the gopis internally. Becoming followers of the gopis, they entered Shri Krishna's Ras. Shri Krishna is of the Gopa caste. Only gopis are his beloveds. Therefore, one cannot attain the company of Krishna in the form of an opulent Devi or any other kind of woman. Lakshmi Devi prayed to attain Krishna's company in her own Deva Deha, in her own celestial body, but would not perform bhajan under the guidance of the gopis and their spontaneous mood of anurag. Therefore, she could not attain the pastimes of ras in a body different from that of the gopis. This is why Vyasadeva wrote this Nayam Sukapo Bhagavan verse. The meaning of that verse is, the son of Yashoda, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, is not so easily available to self-realized jnanis as he is to embodied souls who possess bhakti. Venkata Bhatta had his mind Venkata Bhatta had in his mind a sort of ego that Narayan is situated in Paravyoma. Sorry, he had a sort of ego that the Narayan situated in Paravyoma is Swayam Bhagavan, and his worship alone is the topmost level of spiritual practice. So the bhajan of Sri Sampradaya Vaishnavas is topmost. Mahaprabhu brought up this debate by means of humor in order to break down this futile sense of pride. That's from the Amrita Pravaha Bhashya. Enlightening Gopal along with the three brothers, Sri Chaitanya Chandra traveled South India and returned to Nilachal. Gopal, however, was very distressed at being separated from the Lord. His one and only hope was that the Lord had said as he left, "Gopal, your desires will soon be fulfilled." Nurturing this hope with which his heart was bound, Gopal, maddened in Gaur Prem, remained immersed in kirtan of Gaur's transcendental qualities. When educated persons saw Gopal's natural scholarly expertise in refuting Mayavad, they would wonder, where did such erudition come from at such a young age? Some would say, Gopal's uncle, Sri Prabodhananda, has taught Gopal and made him expert in all the scriptures. The fact that Gopal is the recipient of Sri Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad's mercy has been described in the second verse of the first Vilas of Sri Bhakti Vilas. Bhaktir Vilasangschinute Prabodhanandasya Shish. Oh, oops, sorry. Bhaktir Vilasangschinute. I don't know the meter for this, I'm just going to say it however. Bhaktir Vilasangschinute Prabodhanandasya Shishyo Bhagavat Priyasya Gopal Bhatto Raghunatha Dasam Santoshayan Rupa Sanatanocha. Gopal Bhatta is a disciple of Swayam Bhagavan Sri Gaurasundar's beloved Srila Prabodhananda. Bringing great satisfaction to Raghunath and Rupa Sanatan Prabhus, he has compiled this book entitled Hari Bhaktilas. After some time, Gopal's mother and father granted Gopal permission to go to Vrindavan and departed this earth. With supreme delight, Gopal went to Vrindavan and met Rupa and Sanatan. Meanwhile, the omniscient Sri Gaurasundar was aware of this fact and said to the devotees, Bahudina Vrajerasam Varanapaya Na janiye amara ke mona korehiya. I have not received word of Vraj for many days. How am I to bear not knowing? Just at that moment, a messenger arrived from Vraj bearing news of Gopal's arrival in Vrindavan. The Lord then narrated the story of Gopal to the devotees with great delight. Dakshina Brahmane Ati Ananda Antare Chari Masa Rohino Venkata Bhatta Ghare. During my travels in the south, I was delighted at heart to spend 4 months at the home of Venkata Bhatta. Gopāla Bhatta Venkata Bhattera Nandan Alpakale Sakala Shastrete Vichakshan. Gopal Bhatta is Venkata Bhatta's son. At a very young age, he was expert in all scriptures. Paya pitara agya Gopala ulase Korilo amara seva ashesha visheshe. With his father's permission, Gopal has, with great delight, performed endless special service for me. Paramadayalu Krishna Tare Kripa Koila Shei E Gopala Bhatta Vrindavane Aila. The supremely merciful Krishna has shown mercy to him, whereby this Gopal Bhatta has arrived in Vrindavan. Pranera Samana Mora Rupa Sanatan Tahara Gamana Matra Likina Likana. Rupa and Sanatan, who are like my very life, have written as soon as he arrived. Yeah. Bhakti Ratnakar, first Taranga. Immersed thoughts of Rupa and Sanatan, extraordinary immersed in thoughts of Rupa and Sanatan's extraordinary qualities, Prabhu responded. Pailo Ananda Gopalera Agamane. Delighted by Gopal's arrival. Neja Bhaṭṭa Sama Bhaṭṭa Gopale Janibe Madhe Madhe Shubha Samachara Pathaibe. They will accept Bhatta Gopal like their own brother. From time to time, they will send good news. Jai Jai Granta Varnila Iba Jotto Ar Achire Se Sabha Habe Sarvatra Prachar. Whichever books they have written, whichever they will write, whichever books they have written, whichever they will write, will soon be propagated everywhere. That's Bhakti Ratnakar, first Taranga. Sri Rupa and Sanatan developed a Sri Rupa and Sanatan developed a wondrous love with Gopal. Because he, Gopal, had the desire to compile a Vaishnav Smriti, Sri Sanatan Goswami Prabhu manifested Hari Bhakti Vilas in Gopal's name. When Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami desired to manifest the service of Sri Vigraha, Sri Rupa's Pranadhan, his life treasure, Sri Govindadev, gave orders to Sri Rupa in a dream and manifested the service of Sri Radha Raman. Gopal was always absorbed in the service of Sri Radha Raman and would become flooded with bliss as he sang the glories of Sri Gauranga in the company of Sri Rupa and Sanatan. One second. Okay. Sri Gopal Bhatta Prabhu forbade the author of Sri Chaitanya Chandra's pastimes, Srila Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu, from relating his story. Therefore, only his name is mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nothing else was written. The nectar of his story has been revealed in the sacred text of Sri Bhakti Ratnakar by Sri Ganashama Das. After some time, Srinivasacharya Prabhu obtained the mercy of Sri Gopal Bhatta and propagated the gems of the devotional texts manifested by the Goswamis. That's from Sri Gaudiya Patrika, 2nd year, 7th issue. All right, everybody, so you got exclusive first. You're probably some of the first Western devotees to ever have read that. Haribo Raseshwari Mataji. So it is now 8:28. Normally I'd stop now. If any of you need to leave, you can. It's my fault for starting so late. But right now I want to read about Ramachandra Kaviraj because today is also his his disappearance day. So let me just go back. And yeah, if you would like to get this article that we just read, go to, like, when it comes out, because it's going to come out a little bit later today, just right after this class, or you could do it right now even, go to bigdrum.us, see, bigdrum.us, and then just click on subscribe there. And then, yeah, you'll get all these special newly translated articles. Okay, what am I doing? Ramachandra Kaviraj. Okay, so let's read something from Srila Bhaktivigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj. see how long. Okay, it's not way too long. That's good. Fortunately, it doesn't get bigger than that. I'll just zoom in. Okay. So today is the disappearance day of Sri Ramachandra Kaviraj Goswami in Vrindavan. The following is an excerpt of a Bhavanuvad of a discourse by Srila Bhaktivigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj on January 17th, 2015. Vaishnavas are Paradukadukhi. Today is the Tirobhav of Sri Ramachandra Kaviraj, a disciple of Srila Srinivasa ācāryas. Just after his marriage, Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj was following in a grand procession wherein people praised the couple for appearing as beautiful as Indra Indrani or Lakshmi Narayan. However, when Srila Srinivasa ācāryas saw the procession, instead of praising the couple, he became highly afflicted, thinking of the bridegroom becoming entangled in the material world. Realizing this, Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj, the bridegroom, turned around and fell at the feet of Srila Srinivasa ācāryas and said, "Guruji, I have come." There and then he surrendered and never returned. Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj was an intimate associate of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. In Ketus to perform kirtan and other devotional activities with Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Only by Vaishnav's mercy. The brother of Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj was Govindadas. He was a Shakta, a worshipper of Shakti. When Govindadas fell ill and his final moments were approaching, Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj began to pray for his brother, Ante Narayana Smriti, that in his final moments he should leave his body having remembrance of Bhagavan Narayan. Etavan Sankhya Yoga Bhyam Swadharma Parinishtaya Janmalabha Parapunksam Ante Narayana Smriti. That's from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.16. The highest perfection of human life, achieved either by complete knowledge of matter and spirit, by practice of mystic powers, or by perfect discharge of occupational duty, is to remember the personality of Godhead at the end of one's life. 1 second. Okay, just making sure it wasn't this reading. As a result, Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj prayed to Srila Narottam Das Thakur, You are a Param Vaishnav. You are topmost Vaishnav. By your desire, my brother will attain the mercy of Bhagavan. For his auspiciousness, kindly recites the Srimad Bhagavatam for him. Srila Narottam Das Thakur, however, not considering himself a Vaishnav, summoned Srinivasa ācāryas by handwritten letter, requesting him to write the Srimad Bhagavatam to Govinda Kaviraj. Sorry, did I say write? I meant to say recite. By hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam, Govinda Kaviraj was transformed, and in the process, this kirtan sprang forth from his lips as he became a Vaishnav. Bhajahure mana Shrinanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. O minds, just worship the lotus feet of the son of Nanda, which make one fearless. Keturi Mahotsav. Once, following the dictates of a dream, Narottam Das Thakur visited an abandoned granary belonging to a Brahmin and asked him for permission to access it. Despite being forewarned that nobody dared venture there, as the place was infested with many poisonous serpents, Narottam affirms that he didn't mind and was not harmed by any snakes as he entered. Rather, there he discovered 6 deities which were actually being guarded by those poisonous serpents. The 6 deities discovered were Sri Gaurangadev, Sri Vallabhikanta, Sri Vrajamohan, Sri Radhakanta, Sri Radha Raman, and Sri Krishna. At that time, Sri Janavamata was the chief amongst the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So when Srila Narottam Das Thakur turned to her for guidance, she instructed, These deities are self-manifest, and hence no formal installation, no prana pratishta is necessary. Only Maha Abhishek need be performed. Invite Srinivasacharya to perform the Maha Abhishek, while Shamananda, Ramachandra Kaviraj, and you do the service of performing kirtan. Invite all the Vaishnavas in and around Gaura Mandal, Kshetra Mandal, and Vraj Mandal, and befittingly arrange everything. A festival of that stature has never been held anywhere to date. Even to this day, the Keturi Mahotsav, the grand festival of Keturi, is very famous and unprecedented. After the festival of Keturi, Srila Srinivasacharya returned to Vrindavan with Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj. Following this, Sri Ramachandra Kaviraj never again left Vrindavan. Srila Srinivasacharya's samadhi is there at Dhir Samir, and just next to him is the samadhi of Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj, his intimate servitor. Prarthana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika. In the mood of great separation on the disappearance day of Ramachandra Kaviraj, two great works sprang from the lotus mouth of Srila Das Thakur. One is Prema Bhakti Chandrika, and the other is Prarthana. In those prayers, Srila Narottam Das Thakur has prayed, Daya karo Shri ācāryā Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangha Mage Narottama Dasa. Oh, be merciful, O Prabhu Srinivasacharya. Narottam Das begs for the association of Ramachandra Kaviraj. In this regard, Srila Narottam Das Thakur said, if I get a human birth, I must get an associate like Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj. Later, he resided in Vrindavan, and at the end of his life, he established himself in Jagannath Puri, where devotees in his disciplic succession still serve in his mat. Vaishnav Seva grants the ultimate. The Avirbhav and Tirobhav of Vaishnavas are both auspicious. Jai Vaishnava Sevile Achinta Krishna Pai, Taha Hoite Boro Ar Kichunai. Who said this? Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. Just as glorifying the activities and qualities of Bhagavan is auspicious, so is the glorification of the activities and qualities of Vaishnavas. Actually, the glorification of the activities and qualities of the Vaishnavas has been given more importance. Jai Vaishnava Sevile Achinta Krishna Pai. That personality whom we cannot perceive or conceive with our materially contaminated senses becomes conceivable by serving the Vaishnavas. Navadvip Panjika. That is why Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj instructed my Paramgurudeva Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Thakur to prepare the Navadvip Panjika, the Vaishnav Panjika, to include all the auspicious occasions like Janmashtami, Akadashi, and other important tithis such as the appearance and disappearance days of various Vaishnavas. Under his guidance, we also publish a Panjika, and by seeing the descriptions of the respective tithis therein, we glorify the Vaishnavas. Alright, so that's our reading for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shila Gurudev Ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ki. Nityalila Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nugogoriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopāla Bhatta Das Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Avishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund Ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Shri Gopāla Bhaṭṭa Gosvāmī Ki Jai. Tatiya Shubha Avirbhav Titi Ki Jai. Shri Ramachandra Kaviraj Ki Jai. Tatiya Shubha Tirobhav Titi Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. All right, everybody. See you all tomorrow to read about the marriage of Samba in our Srimad Bhagavatam. Haribo. Oh, oops, I forgot. Nanchakalpadruvishya vipasindhuvevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. All right, see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. And the day after tomorrow is the disappearance day of Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu. And then Jayadev Goswami, the day after that. And then the day after that, Lochan Das Thakur. Right, Haribo.